I've done here is sometimes it's a good idea for us to take a step back and check on some of the mistakes that we have on our model. Let me just go ahead and mirror some of these guys. So let's bring everybody back to 1, and I'm going to mirror some of these guys to the correct position. So how you usually do is I'll select all the vertices over there, press R, and make sure it's lined to the center and snap it to the center grid over there. Right, and when we actually do a mirror, there's a bit of difference between Maya 2016 and 2017. When we do the mirror over here, usually by default depends on what kind of offset you have done over here. But sometimes, as you can see, there's some kind of error over here where your vertices kind of line up over here. Now instead of going to the offset, you can just go to the threshold and middle mouse and drag your mouse, middle mouse click and drag, so that you can start to open up some of this. Alright, so that usually fixes the problem, but for the most case, Maya usually is able to understand what you're trying to do. Now let's do it for the rest of them. Just want to make sure everything is in the center and snap to the grid, and now we'll go ahead and mirror them. Right. The idea here is just to see how it looks like side by side, because obviously there will be some issues, and we want to try to fix that before we actually move on to the other parts of the model. Right, so I just want to make sure that it's mirrored properly and there's nothing missing or anything like that when we mirror them. So let's go ahead and scale it to make sure it's in the center. Now we'll go ahead and mirror this guy as well. Okay, great. Now for these guys over here, this group of leg over here, I can just go ahead and group them and duplicate them, and let's go to scale X and change it to -1. Of course, it will mess up my outliner, but I don't really care for now. Now what I'm going to do is fix this obvious problem first. Let me select these two edges over here and delete them, and that allows me to take the center edge and push it out a bit more. Alright, and what I'm going to do now is to select some of these vertices over here and push them inside. Right, inside. Yeah, and generally just take this whole piece and move it in a bit more. Right, again, I need to be as tight and close to the body as I can get it to be, if I can help it. Right, perhaps this area can loosen up a bit. Okay, let's see. Push some of this a bit more outwards. Alright. Let me just go ahead and soften that edge over there. Now let's try to fix this guy over here next. Basically just push him out that way. And I'm just going to work on one side first, because now I see them side by side. On both occasions, I see that it's kind of fat in some areas, so I'm just going to push it in just a bit more, especially when we're going to add some more of those outer skirting over there, so it's going to definitely look bigger than it's supposed to be. So that's why I'm just going to move them in and adjust them accordingly. Probably want to push this slightly upwards. Where I can help it, I'll just push it in. Where I can't, I'll just try to compromise. Right, now you can compare the right and left. Of course, the right one looks a bit more sleeker than the left one. So that's the idea why I kind of mirror them early on, just to see how they both look like side by side. probably be a good idea to select all the vertices over there instead. As you can see, some of them are not so tight, so it might be a good idea for us to try to push and pull it now at this stage, and I'll try to squeeze everybody in just a bit better. Again, the idea is just to make sure everybody kind of looks tight and neat and tidy and stuff like that. Right, let's bring back some of these loops in here, push it out a bit. Alright, so later on I'll go ahead and mirror them properly, but for now, as you can see on this side of it, it looks a bit more sleeker than the right side, right? If we look at it from the front and compare them 2 by 2, this side here, right, on the character's left side looks a bit more sleeker than the right side. Okay, now next part we'll continue on to add more of this all around the body. Alright, and then I'll do a rope, probably with this string illusion over here, a pouch area for where the sword's gonna build up, and after that, should do half of the body, and then we'll go to the second half of the body. Alright, welcome back, and we're gonna continue on with our samurai character. So let's continue on with this outer skirting. What I'm gonna do is, let's go ahead and create a cylinder. We're gonna start to create these 3 cylindrical golden coins, I guess, whatever you want to call them. So I'm just going to create a cylinder, and I'll change my cylinder to about 8, right, and we'll rotate it to the forward position, right. For this one, I'm just going to place it over there. I'm not going to try to do anything fanciful, just going to place it on that mesh that we have. But first of all, let's delete the back faces over there, and we can take these inner faces and do some design work on it. So let's go ahead and extrude that. I'll use this guy over here and change it to scale towards the center, right, and then I'll do it one more time, right where the center is over here. Next, I'm going to go ahead and use my loops, and I'm going to create a few loops over here. So in between, I have 2 loops here, and in between this I'll have 2 loops as well. Right, so I'll take those 2 loops in the center and I'll push them inside a bit. Okay, now let me just use my loops again and push and pull some of them on the outside. Push this, the outer loop or the outer edge over there as well, and perhaps make this guy a bit bigger in all directions. So same goes for this one over here, and you can probably zoom it in like that. Alright, something like that is what we would ideally like to have. Right, so let's go ahead and place this to position. I'll go ahead and turn my wireframe on shaded, press and hold V to snap it to the vertices on that area, because it's going to be over there anyway. Now the first one is right smack in the center over here. So I just have to do some adjustment and rotate it around to make sure it kind of fits to where it needs to be, where it's supposed to be. Something like that would be okay. Right, and then I'll duplicate this guy and have a smaller coin ringy thingy, perhaps slightly smaller, and you can just place it somewhere over here just to match up with the artwork that we have. Now let's just push this in because it's not in position yet. Yep, something like that would be okay. Let's just rotate it a bit more. Alright, so we've done that coin thingy. Okay, so the next part, I'll go ahead and let's go and mirror this guy first. Just delete the history and do a quick mirror. Okay, now let's just make sure that threshold is being met, stuff like that. Yeah, I just want to go around and check that threshold is okay and nobody is like collapsing anywhere in the center. Great. Now we can go ahead and soften this edge over here, and this guy can be duplicated over later on. Alright, now next part, let's do the other outer skirtings. This guy's over here. Let's see, probably we either do one big one or we do two small ones. Maybe two small ones might look nicer. So let's go and try to do that next. Alright, let's go ahead and tackle those outer skirtings. Now same like how I did before, I really like to do plane modeling, where I just create a plane, right, like that. This is really, I don't know, so this is like the technique that has been used 7 years ago, and I guess it's still continued today. I know many artists still use this technique. Just open X-ray there a bit. But I know most artists, they also like to just do everything on ZBrush, and then they figure out how to get it into Maya and do the retopology. Again, it's different type of workflow and depends on what you're comfortable with. At the end of the day, if you get a similar result, hey, whatever gets the job done. Alright, so I'm just gonna add a few loops here to make the thing look a bit more cloth-like. Right, and start to adjust. This guy's supposed to be more or less here. Should be adding layers soon because it starts to distract us from doing our work. I'll go ahead and do that later. So yeah, let's just bring everyone to their ideal position, where over here there's a slight overlap, right? Let's see, perhaps I'll just adjust this guy a bit more to bring him more inside so that it covers the area a bit better. Let's do this a bit more properly. Oops. Just want to move some of these vertices on the inside so it covers that area much better. Alright, yep. Might need to do slight adjustments later on, but we'll just leave that for now and continue on with this guy that we have. Alright, so I'm just gonna go ahead and extrude it some more. Maybe another one time over here. And just give it a bit more flexibility, a bit more space on the outside. Again, you will never be able to get it 100% like the concept art that you see, just that you need to try to make do with what you have and try to do your best to at least get the spirit of the concept art is done. Of course, you want to respect whatever the concept artist has done, but as a modeler, you are an artist as well, so you can put in one or two of your thoughts in the model. So you don't have to be so bounded by every single thing has to look right and stuff like that. Art's not about maths where you have to follow a formula. Art is about expressing how you interpret the world. Yeah, probably something like that is okay for me. Let's just make this a bit more neater, I guess. Right now the idea is that I would need to go ahead and do that inner skirting over there, but first perhaps I want to extrude that. I guess this is a bit thinner, so I'll just extrude it just a little bit, and let's reverse the normals, and we can start to adjust some of them to make it a bit more tighter, a bit more following the shape of the character. Alright, so next thing what I will do is to just move it a bit more here. Put my loop tools, and we're going to start to draw out that red area over there. So the red area is probably going to take about this inside space over here. And inside the red area, as you can see, there are lines going across that way. What I would like ideally is also to kind of have lines going that way as well. So let's try to even out the space a bit more first. Let's see. Probably push this a bit higher. So that I can push this guy a bit higher as well. Yep, so it's a bit more even, all these inside spaces over here. Right, now let's go ahead and select that area. Probably let me just hide this guy so it's easier to see. So I'll select the inside here and do a extrusion on the inside that way. And I kind of want to push it down a bit first. Go ahead and add my rings over there and extend it outwards and inwards a bit. And then this guy here, I'll just push him out just a bit first. Right, now over here in the center I can start to draw lines. Ideally I'll have about 4 for each one in the center here, so that I can use those 2 to push them inside. Have it about more or less a similar space. Again, doesn't have to be so exact. So go ahead and select those edges over there. Right, now we'll start to push them in to create the illusion that something's going in. Let me just select things properly. There's some areas here that is being selected that's not supposed to be selected. Alright, so I'll just go around to just double check those are the selections I need, and then I'll push them in a bit. Yep, something like that is what I'm looking for. Now I'll just go ahead and add lines on the outside as well, just to maintain the integrity of the shape. Put one more here, and on the outside I have a few. Let me just expand this a bit. Alright. something like that is ideally what I'm looking for. Alright, now I'm just going to go ahead and adjust some of them, because as you can see the model on the inside is kind of bridging in and stuff like that. So we'll continue on to create more of this, one more set over here. Or we can probably just use the same thing and use a lattice to move them around, we'll see. But ideally that's what we want to have. Alright, let me just take a step back on everything, put everyone back to 1. Soften edge, we need to soften edge. Right, so just look at the concept art here. I just like these two pieces to be a bit more tighter and closer to each other. So I'm just going to try to adjust them accordingly. So let's perhaps push this guy to be a bit more biased towards this area over here, so you can cover the area a bit more. Push this down a bit. Of course we need to re-mirror this guy. Well, we can do that later on. So I just want to make sure everything kind of lines up and the edge is flowing a bit more properly. We need to do some adjustments later on to those golden coin pieces at the bottom. Extrude from the side. Just want to adjust some of this in and out a bit. Alright, just delete half of this. Okay, and bring this one down a notch. And try to bring the whole piece a bit more closer here. Yeah, I guess that will make the character look a bit more tighter and stuff like that. Let me just readjust this guy because we moved some of the vertices around, and I only need half of him. We'll go and mirror it later on. Alright, now let's do the other part. Let's see if we can get away with this one, because I'm lazy, and see if I can just duplicate him. Just center the pivot, history, freeze transformation, or maybe I don't do the freeze transformation just yet. See if I can, yeah, try to get him same piece but different position. Try to get it to the best position, and later on we can just use the lattice to kind of do more accurate positioning. You might just look weird over here at the back, so I'm contemplating whether maybe I just leave it like that, because it's going to have the rope to cover it. So let's just continue on this one. Make sure some of these areas are properly placed. see if we can get this to be a bit more tapered down. Of course, I'll probably need to spend some extra time to do adjustments over here, but I just want to see how it looks like when we have this kind of thing side by side, and how they just line up to one another, which is so far looking not so bad. Kind of like the feel of where this is going. Okay. Alright. I think that is kind of okay. Kind of like how it looks like going around. I'll probably need to use the lattice to adjust this a bit more. For now, it's looking good, and I'll try to mirror some of these things again. I just want to take a step back. It's good to take step backs once in a while you're modeling your character, just to again, as if fix any errors or things that might not seem right, doesn't feel right, you know, things that might be off or doesn't belong. We want to try to adjust that and try to fix that as we model along, and not leave it to the last part. Alright, so I went to just do a it's not exactly a mirror, but I just kind of duplicate the other half on the other side just to see how everything looks like together. One thing I'm not exactly fencing is that I think I prefer this to be one piece, so let me go ahead and fix that, where I can just go ahead and delete some of this outside edge. Let's just delete these guys first so it's easier, and delete the faces that's on the outside right there. So go ahead and deselect those areas that we don't need. So go and delete some of these guys over here. Alright, then basically I just wanna make them towards the center. So let me just adjust my skirting and stuff like that. Maybe I'll add one more line down here so that it will be a bit more better. I'll delete, let's see if I can delete these guys. Oh no, I can't delete this. It's okay. Just want to move this more. So I just want to know which are the vertices that I need to move, and then where I can make the adjustments. Right, so those are the vertices that needs to be right smack in the center. So let's go ahead and do that first. And then we'll go ahead and adjust some of this more accordingly. Right, so from here I just wanna since it depends on how you want it to be, so I think I'll just have this kind of line in the center over here, and then it will continue on to the other part. So let's just make that a bit more organized here, so that this is the line that's coming out. It won't be so obvious, or at least it will follow a pattern. And because some of these are a bit too big and stuff like that, so we need to go ahead and make adjustments accordingly. Okay, something like that is fine for now. Now all you have to do is to go and mirror this guy and see how it looks like. Probably have a lot of adjustments to do. So let me just mirror this first and see if there's any threshold that we need to fix. Seems okay, as long as your offset is about 0.001, it should be okay. Let me just move some of them around here and there. Yeah, I prefer something like that. Okay, great. So we settle the skirting over there at the back. Let's do one more thing here where, as you can see at the piece over here, there's some gold coins at the side there. Let's just try to create that as well by duplicating this guy because I'm lazy. See if I can get this to a proper position. So the idea is just to go ahead and duplicate everyone and try to match them to where they need to be. Right, so you get the idea for this. I think I'll probably skip this area over here. Just do one and then do a few more, have the rings all around, or you can decorate it however you like it to be. So for me, I'll just do a pretty simple one and put it all around this area. So when you come back, this thing should be done. Alright, so what I've gone ahead to do is to duplicate some of these gold coins that we have over here and just position them neatly across it. Again, you can design it however best you want it, and I only did halfway because later on we're going to mirror it. Now next thing we're going to tackle is the rope. Alright, so as you can see, the rope over here has this one huge ass rope that goes around it, and then there's another one around here, and then you have two strings that come out over there. So I'll show you some techniques that I would usually use to do this. So what I want to do is to have those rope which has about 3 strings twisted together. So let's try to create that by first creating a NURBS circle. Right, somewhere about there would do good, right? And maybe I'll change, let me just expand this and change the section to about 16. And of course we need to kind of, it's not a perfect circle, so we need to kind of adjust it here and there. Let's just bring it to the center, take the center first, snap it to the center axis by pressing X, and then try to push and pull some of them. Again, you can just focus on one, because if you want to, or perhaps for this one, I won't think it's a good idea for us to mirror it because we're gonna have a lot of twisting and stuff happening. So perhaps try to get it as symmetrical in the beginning. So that's what I try to do here, because we can't exactly mirror a curve. Okay, maybe I'll just give it a bit more space and expand it just a bit around that way. Okay, so the idea is for us to create cylinders which will go ahead and be extruded along this curve. So that's what we will start to do.